Yes, indeed, folks, you're tuning in to Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit, and my God, we are running very short on time today. So I'm going to do the illusion of choice. Where's me glass button? There's my glass button. Yes, totally professional on this show, as you might imagine. Let's go check out the mailbag and see if there is anything good whatsoever. Probably not. Some guys, talk about the Pirate Bay guilty verdict. It's like, oh, for God's sake, this has got nothing to do with WoW whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to take sides in this stupid debate. I'm not going to certainly support a site that blatantly, and I do mean blatantly, went out of its way to provide links to illegal material. We've all downloaded something dodgy in the past. We can freely admit that. But openly supporting them, saying, oh, it was wrong to return a guilty verdict, get a grip on reality. Seriously, these guys are not heroes by any stretch of the imagination. They just provided lots of free content for you. Anyway, copyright debates aside, and yes, I could go on about this for weeks, so I'm not going to. Let's have a look at the rest of the emails. What else have we got? Weapon skills. Hey TB, last night I was searching for stuff about the old Nax Wraths, and I was surprised that I couldn't find any info about the encounters anymore. Just like some people, I was unable to do Nax pre-Wrath. My question is, how is Nax 25 compared to the old Nax? How was the trash? Did they change some boss encounters, etc.? Thanks for reading. Well, that one's from Greets, Scullyhead, Zenadar EU. Right. Well, I can go into it very briefly because we're rapidly running out of time. What I can remember, and it was a long time ago when I did Nax, the entire instance was basically declawed, right? As in, they took out pretty much every deadly ability, yeah? Except for maybe one on Kel'Thuzad. So, for instance, the way that Thaddeus works, yeah? If you failed on the Thaddeus polarity, not only were you dead, but pretty much everybody else was dead as well, yeah? And his enraged timer was pretty ridiculous, as I recall. Even with the 40... Bear in mind, this is 40 people stacking up the damage, yeah? It was hideous, the amount of DPS you had to put into that guy. It was strict. Another one, Hygen, yeah? You fail on the Hygen dance? You want to know what happens on the Hygen dance in Nax 40? Pre all of this silliness? You die. You fail on the dance, you die. You walk into the big slimy thing, it kills you. Why would this surprise you in any respect? Oh, well, it would surprise you if you'd done the nasty declawed version, whereby you stand in it, oh, you just take some damage. It's like, for God's sake. Raiding for dummies. They need to read my children's guide to raiding, I tell you. Now, that's basically the instance in a nutshell. The trash wasn't really harder as such, to be honest. But what it was... no, it was just... I don't even have anything to say about it, man. I can't remember the trash. I recall the trash vaguely being relatively challenging, but it's the bosses that really matter. The trash hasn't really been changed. None of the abilities of the trash have really been changed. I think there's a little bit less of it, particularly down in the military wing when you're approaching Vesuvius. And Vesuvius, of course, in 10-man was pretty much completely changed. The mind control's been changed around, and there's a few other things, like, for instance, Grand Widow Fairlina required you to mind control, yeah? It actually required you to the use of mind control, and quite a lot of it, but that has been changed. So that's no longer the case. It's like, the basic rundown of it, yeah, just to kind of break it down to its very base element, and what they were aiming to do is they took a instance that was the peak of its game at the time, and turned it into a playground for nubs. Yeah? And I might not ever forgive them for that. Yes, it's nice to let people see it, but they're not really seeing it. That's not how it used to be. That wasn't even how it was in TBC. It was still hard to pug in TBC. Really, it was still hard. That is testament to how challenging that instance was. So yeah, not the real Nax, you never saw it, and unfortunately, at this rate, you never will again. Of course, if I decide to do any more petitions, we can do the bring old Nax back so that the classic radius can go and get some tier 3 again. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But it's never going to happen. Shout out time, folks. Email themurloc@gmail.com or Twitter me on Total Biscuit. That's twitter.com/TotalBiscuit. Alternatively, send me a message on IRC. That's IRC.MMOIRC.com. # or pound WoW Radio, or click the chat button at the top of the screen on WCRadio.com. Or send me a carrier pigeon. All of these methods work and work well. Except for the carrier pigeon, it takes a little bit too long. Although I might get it in time for next week's show. A shout out to Ozoas. I think that's Ozoas. And my level 29 Druid Twink Gear. He's great. Oh, you're the worst. Seriously, you are the worst. You remind me of those terrible adverts. Also, shout out to my girlfriend Centane, who flew back to England today. That's generally not a good thing, usually. Hey, Jimmy, is there any chance you can put up the archive tonight? No! You're not having it. You're just going to have to be patient. If you missed the show, that is your own fault. Yeah, you might be at work. Yeah, you might be looking after the family. It's good family listening. Put it on the speakers and let everybody hear it. I know some people that do this. They do the old, 1920s style of family gathering. They gather around the speakers and listen to Blue Please. It happens. I've had emails from people that have said this happens. Their entire family listens to this show. Now, how responsible that is on the part of the parents, I don't know, but there you go. A shout out to any guild who will take a hunter or two on Scenarius. Call me. That's from Riff Raff. Can I get a shout out to High Grade, the Swedish raiding guild that has adopted the best Dutch tank in the whole of Europe? Well, I'm pretty sure some of Insidia might have something to say about that. A shout out to Zawi on Defiance Brotherhood for getting Deadly Gladiator, and Zalgradis for being Imber. That is from Baker Zalgradis, who I believe has a terrible taste in music. A shout out to me, Slicker Snee, while I look for a new guild, because Nax killed my guild, and God, why did that place suck so much? I can't wait to go into Oldwire. Yes, indeed. Streetlight. That's not a shout-out, that's just a random selection of words. It's not good enough. A shout-out to Streetlight and Vandalizer on Arthur's US. Yes, that's a shout-out. That's how you do it. A shout-out to the Army of the Bread. All glory to the bakers and their doughy goods. That's from Baker Goldstar. Yes, quite. I think you people are taking this a bit too far. A shout-out to Tribunal, a guild of nubs I volunteer to tank for on Dentarg EU. That is from Dunkirk. Yes. Excellent. They're really going to like you after that one. A shout out to my guild, Amateurs Extraordinaire, who is going to Ulduar 10-man as we speak. Go clear. Yes, 10-man is apparently a lot easier. Go try some hard modes. Do it properly. That's the way to do it. Otherwise, you be scrubs. I'm out of here, folks. I've been dizzy and nauseous for the past, an hour and a half, but I've soldiered on because I am truly hardcore. You've been listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. Thank you for listening, guys. You've been a fantastic audience, as per usual in the ISC. Love it. Thank you for the emails. You're fantastic. Check out the rest of our shows on WCURadio.com. Don't forget to subscribe and rate our shows on iTunes. All of them are available there, except for, I think, Saturday Night Main Event, which will be up shortly as soon as the iTunes moderation thingy, whatever it is, goes through. Otherwise, you can subscribe to the RSS feeds on our website. All of them have RSS feeds. You just need to click the links and subscribe. It's very easy. And remember our contest. Rewrite the lore. Take a major event in WoW history. Rewrite it in an amusing, comical, or simply completely ruining of everything manner. And email it to totalbiscuit@wcuradio.com. As regards to the rules, there really are no rules. Anyone can enter. You can enter as many times as you like, so go to it. Your chariot and your free book awaits. I'm out of here, folks. Thank you for listening. Good night.